But there was an interesting quote in the book called The New Totalitarians by Roland Humphord. And in the book, The New Totalitarians, is a quote by Julian Huxley in the book called 1984. In the book 1984, Julian Huxley in England wrote the forewords to 1984. And in the forewords, Julian Huxley said this, quote, "As political and economic freedom diminishes, sexual freedom tends compensatingly to increase. And the dictator, unless he needs cannon fodder or families with which to colonize empty or conquered territories, will do well to encourage that freedom, in conjunction with the freedom to daydream under the influence of narcotics, the movies, the radio. It will help to reconcile his subjects to the servitude which is now their fate." So what he's saying is that as your political and social and economic freedoms are diminishing, they're giving you plenty of sex, drugs, and rock and roll and entertainment to keep you occupied as they're planning your demise, because the people of this country are hated by the most powerful bankers in the world, and America is the most hated country in the world because the men who founded this country went against the most powerful banking families in the world to establish this country, and basically said to the Queen of England, "You come over here, we'll whip your ass." And they did. The Americans, there was only a 2% of the male population in this country stood up against the British fleet and sent the British back home with their tails between their legs bleeding. And you got to understand, young people will understand this. If you beat somebody up in the mob or in a gang war and you beat somebody up, you look like a big important guy. But it ain't over yet. They're coming back. You've just opened up a can of worms. Consequently, when the men that founded this country defeated the British in battle, they opened up a war against the most powerful banking families in the world, and it's not over yet. They're coming back, and they're going to do a number on this country to teach Americans, don't you ever again talk about being free. America being the land of the free and the home of the brave. We're not free or brave. We're slaves in our own country. One of the most important reasons why we are slaves is because we're ignorant. Thomas Jefferson said, "No country and no people can remain free and ignorant at the same time." Nobody's going to be free or ignorant. You can either be ignorant and stupid or you can be free. You can't be both. Which brings me